and my heart just sunk.
Now at 5, wet, heavy snow weighs down mountain townhomes. How to make sure your roof stays intact. Plus,
my hands are really burnt. Okay.
Home explosion in Cache County. Watch firefighters sort through rubble, who they managed to find and who was left trapped inside. And
a jury would therefore find any officers not guilty.
Answers in a 2021 Taylorsville shootout. Why officials say 11 officers had a right to pull the trigger.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Good evening, I'm Emily Flores. Glenn Mills has the evening off on this Friday. We thank you for joining us. Tonight, a mix of intense weather here in Utah. Wind, rain, snow, and a whole lot of all of it sweeping across the state. This evening in a weather alert, Sandy residents woke up to a massive tree, the trunks ripped out of the ground. Look at all these photos and downed power lines showing us just what these wicked wind gusts can do. The wind also wreaking havoc off the ground. Take a look at this bumpy flight over Salt Lake City today. You see that wind really, or that wing really wobble. The sped up video shows you that wind, no joke. At this point, we are following with team coverage on this winter weather mix. ABC4's Northern Utah correspondent Kate Garner is standing by in Cache County at this hour as wet snow weighs down mountain towns, threatening rooftops there. But first, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy, who's been tracking it all. Alana.
Emily, we see those opposing air masses creating waves of turbulence in that video from the flight. We also have that cold front tracking through the state. Let's take a look at the storm tracker radar because it's on the move and it's embedded thunderstorms along its boundary. So that's something we've been watching in the last half hour in northern Utah. Okay, I want to get to that right away, and we're going to zoom in so you can kind of see exactly where we are dealing with that thunderstorm activity. We've got a lightning counter in the corner of your screen. 44 strikes in the last little while here over Brigham City. Those are the fresh strikes. Ooh, new one just popping up. Willard also dealing with it. You can see that front draping itself over the Great Salt Lake. That line of storms tracking through the Wasatch Front. Very gusty winds ahead of it. Those are southerly winds. And then we get northwesterly winds behind it, and we're going to clear the moisture pretty quickly behind the front. So this is actually moving as we kind of take a look here. It's moving towards the southeast at about 40 miles per hour. So we know that we're going to see this continue to track along the Wasatch Front, and that's going to move over I-15 as we get through the end of the hour here. So very active conditions holding on. On top of that, the winds have been wreaking havoc all day. Let's take a live look out there. The front just passing through the Frew Highway, Brigham City and Perry, and you can see the wet weather it put down tonight. Ooh, gusty conditions calming down just a little bit there, but we know that we've got soggy conditions. On top of that, the thunderstorm potential was there, and we look at the wind advisory that is currently in effect. We've got a high wind warning for Tooele County and a wind advisory that is just expiring as the front comes through. So you just saw that happen live on the air. Okay, we're putting down heavy mountain snow at this, and the front has just passed through Cache Valley. That's where we find our very own Cade Gardner. Cade, I know, very windy up there until this wet weather moved in.
Yeah, it was so windy earlier today. I mean, it's been raining on and off all day long. Just a few minutes ago, you should have seen it. It was nuts. And we have had thunder and lightning out here. It's been crazy. Now, Wellsville has been hit hard all winter long. Lots of snow. You can just see it piled up behind me. And that all comes with a few warnings. The sound of dripping water. A sound no one wants to hear in their home or business.
And my heart just sunk.
Shane Brands is the part owner of Rising Ridge Recovery.
It's been challenging to fight this fight, but we know we're doing a good thing and we want to keep going.
It's a rehab center just outside Wellsville, and that dripping water now symbolizes one of the worst days in the center's history.
I said, well, is everyone okay? Is any issues beyond that?
The roof above the pool center had collapsed.
I feel like it set in the moment a little bit, but definitely going home and being like, that was my work day today. Holy cow.
Thankfully, no one was injured.
Steel beam structure that gave way. It probably would have been the last building on property that we would have been concerned about.
Brand says 22 clients are staying in a hotel while the rest of the building is secured.
Everybody seems to be in good spirits and is positive.
They hope to have them back in by Sunday. But Brand says insurance is not going to cover the damage.
You couple that with being a startup, you know, these are all resources now that we have to divert instead of focusing on helping clients find sobriety and to step into recovery.
The entire Wellsville area hit hard this winter.
You should be concerned about what's on your roof.
Fire Chief Gerald Leishman says homeowners should regularly remove snow from their roofs to prevent collapse. But if they haven't been keeping up,
Your extra body weight on that roof could cause it to collapse, and you shouldn't be getting on there if you're not able to get up there safely.
as for the center,
All we can do is keep moving along.
I spoke too soon when I said it was windy earlier today. It's really starting to pick up now. Ridgeline opened about a year and a half ago. The pandemic caused some setbacks. Now this is falling on top of that. Brands use the phrase, when it rains, it pours, which seems pretty fitting for today. Now, if you want to learn more about Ridgeline, what they do, or how you can help, visit our website at abc4.com. Reporting live from Wellsville, Kate Garner, ABC4 News.
All right, we appreciate your coverage out there, Cade. So windy. Tragedy in Cache County, a family home exploding, killing one and landing two in the hospital. The Cache County Sheriff's releasing video of crews pulling victims from that fiery rubble.
John and her, where's the kids?
Find John and John.
The mother and son of the family were taken to the hospital. Police say the father of the family, John Mullen, was found dead under the debris after several hours of searching. Neighbors say this is a tight-knit community and their hearts go out to the family.
And you get so close to all these people that you lose one and it's like a whole family gone.
One neighbor saying they found pieces of the home on their property hundreds of feet away. Another says they could smell propane. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation at this hour. And now to an update out of Taylorsville. 11 officers who shot at and killed a man in 2021 deemed justified after review. 2 years ago, police spotted a wanted man in a parking lot. 20-year-old Anai Joker suspected of raping a 15-year-old girl and shooting at her home. It took officers 90 minutes of negotiating to get him out of the car. Police saying that's when he opened the door and fired at the 11 officers on scene. Today, Salt Lake County District Attorney saying every officer was justified in shooting back.
Throughout the evening until the shootout, Mr. Joker conveyed his willingness to endanger and risk people's lives.
Police shot Joker 40 times. He died in the hospital later that night. Joker hit 3 officers, sending 2 to the hospital. The responding officers were from 6 different departments. None of them will face charges. And in Idaho, the criminal cases against Chad and Lori Daybell are racking up quite a tab for taxpayers, according to East Idaho News. Public records show the investigation and court proceedings so far have cost Idaho taxpayers more than $3.6 million. The Daybells are accused of killing 2 of Lori's children back in November of 2019 and implicated in the death of Chad's first wife. Here's a breakdown of the cost per county to date. As you can see, Fremont County bearing most of that burden. Lori Daybell heads to trial next month. Meantime, Chad's trial date is still up in the air. And in national politics now, get ready to reset your clocks because this weekend we switch to daylight savings time. It's a ritual that leaves many Americans groggy and even annoyed, and some lawmakers are trying to put a stop to it all. Hannah Brandt explains how.
Right now, it's a biannual routine. Spring forward, then fall back. But some lawmakers want to end that.
I think it's about time.
Senator Rick Scott is one of the sponsors of the Sunshine Protection Act, which would make daylight saving time permanent. It's an effort Senator Tommy Tuberville supports too.
We want an hour more for kids, farmers, people that want to stay outside, work in the yard. I think people deserve that.
Advocates argue the extra hour of light at the end of the day could boost economic activity, improve people's moods, and increase exercise.
It'll clearly be healthier for Americans, so we need to get it done.
But even though the bill has some support from Republicans and Democrats in both the House and the Senate, not everyone thinks it's a good idea.
We're against it for several reasons, primarily due to health and public safety.
Dr. Jocelyn Y. Chang with the American Academy of Sleep Medicine says studies show staying on daylight saving time could lead to an increase in car accidents, heart attacks, and strokes because going off standard time disrupts our body's internal clock.
Our body has a natural clock called the circadian rhythm, and it's driven by sunlight in the morning and reduced exposure to sunlight in the evening.
Some lawmakers also prefer permanent standard time. Last year, the Sunshine Protection Act made it through the Senate, but stalled in the House.
We're going to throw it out there and see what happens this time around.
As they work to get enough votes in Congress, the clock is ticking. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
You're taking a look at some of the wind damage from today. This caught in Sandy. Thank you, Don, for sending it our way. Gusty conditions ahead of the cold front. That front is on the move. The impacts for your Friday coming up next in Utah's most accurate forecast.